Welcome everyone to Apex Investor. Um, the day is coming. Uh, it's approaching very quickly. It is the day that we spoke about uh, over a month or two ago, where a man from the website codgerville.wordpress.com, I believe his name is Cyrus, he was predicting all these events going on, the short squeezes and everything going on with AMC, GME. He's been pretty right on the money for the most part. Although he did kind of miss this recent squeeze that happened. I think that was in June, beginning of June. Kind of missed that somewhat. He wasn't so gung ho about that, but everything else has been right on the money. So, what he's predicting, this is the culmination of what he's been predicting for this year of 2021 regarding the stock market specifically, not to do with military or anything else like viruses or anything, but only the stock market. So he was saying way back in March, he made this post in March. You can see this on my screen right now. March 6th, 2021. So you can see my screen. He said here, this is the super cycle increasing in intensity. This is stage three, culminating on the supermoon of the 24th, which essentially is 2324, which is technically tomorrow. We are right on the cusp of that. So let me just look at what he said specifically will happen. So he said the market could rally, okay, which the stock market will drop until June 10. Actually, it did the opposite, kind of went up. The next cited sliver should be around June 11. The expectation would be for the stock market to go up, so it has been going up, and it will continue to it will not increase at this point, but continue to drop until the 24th. And he says the stock market might level off the drop. So he's saying it will kind of normalize, but he's saying this is the culmination of this super cycle. And he also said, "Oh, you can't hear me, can you? Oh, I forgot. Okay, just realized. Okay, I didn't have my microphone in front of me. So essentially, what he's saying is, let me kind of rewind and bring you back to the beginning. So basically, this man Cyrus from the website codgerville.wordpress.com, you can go there, read this yourself. He was predicting these cycles going on that were going to affect the stock market. And he's been right on the money, except for maybe one or two times, but he's been right at least, I'd say, 80% of the time. So we see that it's going to be super intense, 60% intensity, whatever that means, culminating in on the 24th, which is 2 days from now. And he was predicting the stock market would go up and would drop off, but what I noticed, regardless of what he's saying, is that the stock market usually goes up really high on full moons. And we have a full moon coming up in the next couple days. So um, this is more related to not GME or AMC, not saying that they won't go up, but there's another stock that is quickly rising, and there are specific events to do with this stock. So I'm going to just pause the video and give you a little more info while I prepare that. Welcome back. I just want to talk about Wish, also known as Context Logic Incorporated. Um, this stock could explode. Looking at the volume, had a lot of volume today, 229 million, and barely moved, which shows that it is being shorted. It is just trading sideways. It is being shorted. I'm not sure when or if this will squeeze. It's hard for me to say, but if it's going to happen, it might happen in the next 2 days. How high? Maybe to 30? I don't know. We'll see. It's hard for me to say, but I'm going to steer clear of this just because it's too risky of a play, in my opinion. I feel like it's being pushed by a lot of shills on Wall Street bets. I really don't know whether it's going to happen or not. AMC, GME, yeah, they're good companies. This one I don't really know much about, to be honest. So I would wait for it to drop again below 10, but realistically maybe more like 11. but anything between 8 to 11 is a good buy for this. But I wouldn't buy this at this moment because it is being shorted. So it could be shorted all the way back down to $7. Who knows? So I'm going to just close that and I'll talk about Torchlight because there's something huge happening with this stock. Just this week, we have news catalysts. So again, it says here Torchlight provides an update on the proposed business combination timing and payment date for preferred stock dividend. So this was last week, or not even, it was just a day ago. So they announced their Torchlight and Metamaterial have agreed to extend the outside date by which they must close their transaction to June 30. So this extension provides time for the June 24 record date or record date and the June 25th payment date of the dividend declared on June 14th to transpire. So a week ago, they declared the dividend. It's being attacked in the news, this stock, Torchlight specifically, saying it's a meme oil company and they don't know what the hell they're doing. But truth is, they do know what they're doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have this deal with Metamaterial, which is a company, I believe, associated with Tesla. So there's a lot of potential here. And some people said this company is going out of business, going bankrupt. It didn't. Uh, I don't see that happening, especially with this arrangement they have with Metamaterial. Looks like it's going to stay afloat in the near future. So I'm going to open Torchlight up and see what's to do there because I'm going to buy the stock pretty much tomorrow. I already bought a few at how much did I buy it? $2, if I'm not mistaken. So I really should have gone all out. But you know what? Who would have predicted this future for Torchlight? Before I do that, let me just look at all these meme stocks. I hate calling them meme stocks, but you know, basically, these are the stocks that became big during the age of Wall Street bets. So again, I'm going to avoid that. And this one I talked about yesterday really went up, but you know, you can't predict the future. You cannot. Coinbase is going to go skyrocketing again because there's a lot of volatility with the US dollar. That will skyrocket right back up. Roblox is actually kind of down right now. Kind of surprised, but you know what? It's going to recover. Kodak, that's doing well, and that one's okay. Just looking for the big movers and shakers. So far, it's just this one. It's a biotech company. As I said, that ship has sailed. It sailed away. It's gone. It's not coming back. The biotech stock thing. That one's up. All right, this is a good stock. That one's pretty good. There's a good stock too. You know what? This might be time to buy this one. I might buy some of this tomorrow as well. And Canaan too. Torchlight. That's what we're going to look at. And Sensonics is up. I said this was a good buy, and look, it's going up. And so did Trace Trades. He's the one who really told me about this one. This one's up too, X1. And Bitcoin, you can see, is going up because of the potential market crash coming up. I think in September, August, September, we're going to see the stock market crash. So it's a good idea not to invest until that happens, unless you have like these stocks that I'm opening up here. Ocugen, okay. Is my thing stable? Okay, Ocugen. Clover is up a little bit. I would personally get that at a lower price. It's still too much. MVIS is actually pretty good. I don't know if that's a buy at this point. At that price, I should say. Atos is up too. Wow. We're going to see some craziness in the next 48 hours. I guarantee you that. We're going to see a lot of craziness, big highs and big lows. So let's look at these two monsters that are just steady, very steady stocks. So that's all we're going to look at. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to buy some shares of, put in an order, buy order for Torchlight. So we're looking at 7 stocks. We're going to see the potential for these to possibly explode in the next 48 hours. One of these seven is going to go bongos. It's going to go crazy. I'm going to put a buy order in for some of these stocks. I don't know which one, but we will see. You can see the range here. Look at the 6 month as well. Now, normally I don't buy Chinese companies, but you know what? This might be one to get at this price, at this time, where we're seeing a rally in terms of the crypto area. Yesterday, I couldn't come up with the words to describe Tesla, but I believe it is an electronic vehicle, electric vehicle. I think that's what they're called, the EV sector. I was calling it electric car, but I think it's EV. All right, so we can see the price is been fluctuating. It has been fluctuating. It dropped to 3 and 15, so that was a good buy at 3.15. Actually, it's a super good buy at under $3. So you know what? That's a perfect price to buy this at under 3, and you can easily sell that once it goes up. So I will not be buying this at the moment. It is too not too high, but I prefer it under 3. But this is still a good price, to be honest. You can see this rally. This might go up to at least $5, maybe even 7. But this one has a lot of potential. So it is definitely a sleeping. It is sleeping right now. It's going to wake up soon. So SOS, that's an approved buy at the price of under $3. But this is a good buy even right now. 3.30 is a good price. Um, yeah. So that's all for that one. Let's see the volume. Okay, volume is a little down. So next is Canon. Same kind of deal. Chinese cryptocurrency stock. And these stocks, both of them have been going down because apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but the Chinese government is cracking down on crypto, according to the mainstream media. I don't know if we can believe that, but you know what? I don't put it past them to do that. So let's look at the volume. It's also lower than the average, and I think this was a buy. Let me just wait for this to load. Let's wait for this to load. There it is. Okay, so this is a good buy at. Wow, it's actually a good buy right now, I'd say. This is a good buy right now. Anything below 8, and we are below 8. This could very well go right back to $20 pretty easily. Yeah. Surprised not more people are jumping on this one. I might end up buying some of these, to be honest. Yeah, it's a good stock. Good time to buy SOS and Canaan. But between the two, Canaan is the stronger of the two. Their market cap is over 1 billion. So, and if you just look at this chart, look, last time it's been under $8 was way back in February. And then it exploded because of Bitcoin going up like crazy. And look, it went up to 20, 30s. And with the inflation, that's going to be something very soon with Bitcoin going crazy. This is probably a really good stock to get into at the moment. This is very much one of the strongest cryptocurrency related stocks. That's not Coinbase, because Coinbase is way overpriced. So I'm going to buy some of this as well. So I'm going to keep that open because I'm going to put in my order. And before we get to Torchlight, let's look at the other stocks to see if I'm thinking of buying those too. So it's definitely Canon and Torchlight for sure. I'm going to put the orders in before I go to bed, and not a market order, but a limit buy order. So once the price goes low enough, hopefully it'll reach my price target and meet the get filled. So the volume was 153. So yeah, a lot of volume today. I like this stock below $10 personally. I know this is getting a lot of attention. Wish is getting the most attention, I think, out of all the these stocks on Wall Street bets, whatever is left of Wall Street bets. And you've got Clover as well. So let's just take a quick look at their chart. You can see the 5 day. I don't like looking at that, but it is surging. The 1 month. Yeah, I like this at below 10. But anywhere, an apex buy personally is anywhere between, what's this here? Between $6 to 8. $6 to $8 is a really good buy for this. But definitely under 10. You don't want to buy this over 10. And then just sell it when it gets to 20. Between 17 to 20. So I wouldn't buy this at the moment. I'd buy it under 10. 7 to 10. So that's good to remember for the future. Microvision, Trace Trades most favorite stock. And his channel is doing gangbusters. I think he's got 1 million subscribers by now. If he hasn't, he will. He will get there. I predicted that right when I discovered him. I realized this guy's got something that people would pay for. Like the big broadcasting networks would actually pay him to do their shows. He's got a lot of charisma and he's genuine. So look at the volume for MVIS, and they're down. And you know what? This is a really good stock. Trey is right on the money with this, but not a good price at the moment. I don't think is the best price you can get it for. Let's just wait for it to load. Yeah, it's kind of flatlining somewhat. Yeah, it's really taken a hit, which is good because this might be a good buy at this price. To be honest, no, it's could go lower, could be lower. Okay, let's look at the 6 month. Yeah, we want this between 10 to 14. Anywhere between 10 to 14 is a really good buy for this. Really good buy. 10 to 14. Flip it, sell it at 20, 20 something, 22. Yeah, easily. So this might be my play actually. Buy buy Mavis at 10 to 14, sell it at 22 plus. That's a really good that's a good plan. So I'm going to keep that open because I will put in an order for Mavis at that price point. That's a really good price point. Next are the two monsters. Then we'll look at the Torchlight as the finale there, and I'll put my orders in right before I go to bed. So let's look at AMC first because GameStop had a news catalyst today. I think they released a bunch of stock. All right, AMC sleeping. I don't know what's going on. Open GME then, since it's not. Okay, so what happened today with GameStop? I believe they released more stock today, or something happened in terms of the news for GameStop. I don't know the specifics, but the volume is not like it's only 8 million. It's not that much, but it still moved. Again, it didn't move that much because it's expensive. It's 220. Who's going to afford 220 per share? AMC, yeah, you can buy thousands of those because they're cheaper. But 220, I mean, that's at least 4 times as much as you're paying for AMC. So let's wait for the chart to load. There it is. Okay. And this is at 200 today as the low. And it looks like the support is really pretty good at 200 below. But I'm a little more cautious than that because I've been tracking the stock since December, January. I know very well this stock. I know this very well, like a good friend. The real support, it's going to sound stupid, but between 45 to 120, and realistically, though, the number is probably 150 or 140. Like, realistically, I don't think it's going to go that low for a long time, but I'm thinking 140 to 150 is a really good support for this, and then you can sell it at 300. So you'll double your money if you do that play. So that's all for GameStop. So I'm going to leave the tabs open for the ones I'm buying, which are the three up there. Put in those orders. Can't wait to do that and cancel whatever orders I had and write them down for future reference. Okay, the volume is super strong. The average has gone up because I mean the average has never been that high, but it's just going up because of all this volume pouring in. So the average has gone up. So this average number is actually has been adjusted since the last couple months. It hasn't been this much. It's because the volume going in is just so much. It's so incredible. The sheer amount of volume has driven the average price or average volume to be much higher. So the support for this AMC, the monster AMC, I call it now. And I've been tracking this one too, just like GME for the last since December, January. So I know in my heart of hearts the support for this is between $6 to about 10. But realistically, I don't know if it's going to go back all the way down. It might. I think 20 might go down to 20, but we can see it dipped at 42. So I don't know. I think it's a risk to buy it at 42, even at 42, because it could be driven all the way back down to, as I said, 20 and below. But I would wait for it to go to 20. Look at this little bump here, 26. I think 26 is looking like what we're going to look at because it went up and then was driven down. So, and all the volume, most of the volume is right around there, around 20, between 20 to 20, 20 to 30 is actually really good support. This doesn't make sense to most, but it is. 20 to 30 is where you want to buy AMC. That's my price point. Well, not really mine, but realistically, 20 to 30. I wouldn't wait for it to dip at 42. It's going to dip even more than that. This is a dream we're all living in, so you should sell that, in my opinion. So 20 to 30. The hedge funds, I think, have just given up with this stock. They're not trying to short it. They're kind of just maintaining this level because they know it will go up even more to 100. So um, it's going to take a long time for it to get there. I mean, just look at this journey all the way from January to where we are in June. So it might take another 6 months. Who knows? But people have been patient and it really paid off for a lot of people. They've made like 5 times or more than that, whatever they put in. So, congrats to them. All the power to them. And, I had 1,000 shares of this and I would have been at, what is that, 60,000. So would have tripled my portfolio. But that's, that's, uh, that's that. That's reality. So gotta face reality. So I'm gonna look at the last one, which is Torchlight, the grand, the big poobah, the grand poobah. Um, Looks like after hours 650, they might drive it down to $6 and below tomorrow. So I might put my target maybe below 7. I don't know. We'll see. I feel it's going to be shorted tomorrow, but it's going to go right back up once this merger and everything is completed. Yeah, 688. It might go down to 650. Who knows? So let's wait for the chart to load. I think I was saying that anything below 6 is a perfect buy for this. Well, not perfect, but ideal. So wait for it to load before I continue on. So these are my 3 picks for tomorrow. These are my moves: Kanan, MVIS, and Torchlight. That's what I'm going to be doing, and we'll see where this goes in the next little while. I don't know how long it'll take for these, but this is probably long-term investment for Kanan and MVIS. But Torchlight, I don't know if that's going to be a long-term investment. We'll see. That could be really gangbusters. It could be really good. So I'm going to wait for that to load. I might have to just reload it because something's going on. It's not showing up. Yeah. All right. Well, I only do videos if I'm really feeling them. I don't do a video just because. Like before, I used to do a video just to read what's being posted on Superstock. But you know what? Not that I don't believe what they're writing anymore. It's just I feel like the interest has kind of waned. At least my interest has waned. They're still great stocks. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm waiting for the stock market to crash, and it is going to crash. It's going to happen this year, most likely. So this dropped 29%. This is the dip that a lot of us have been waiting for. Who people who wanted to buy, 1,000 shares or whatever. So this might be the time to just do that. Yeah. So you can see, yeah, it's a good price. $7 below. It's a really good entry point. This might go to 20. Some people are saying it might go to 20. But even if it doesn't and just goes back to 10, you're making a significant amount just from that. I mean, realistically, can this be driven down to 5? Yeah, it can. But will it go below 5? I don't think so. I think the support is very strong for the stock, especially recently. So anything between 5 to 7 is a really good buy. I don't see this going below 5, but you know what? It could. It could, but I don't think it's the possibility of that is very low. I see it 5 is probably the real support. So I might put an order for 5 to 6, something like that. Um, yeah, I think 5 to 6 is pretty safe. I think they might short it down to 6, maybe even 5. So I'm gonna say 6 is my target. I put some orders. I will put some orders for 650 just to get a feel there. But overall, I think most of my orders will be at $5 to $6, and then sell it. God knows when, like when the dividend and all that stuff. When those things kind of pan out, it might take at least a month, maybe 6, to really see where this is going. Because this is a long-term play, just like Canaan, just like MVIS. So I'm just going to review these 3 stocks. So again, Canaan, I'm buying, putting in an order for that. But Torchlight, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to buy it between $5 to $7 or 6. $5 to $6 is my price target, and sell it. I don't know when it goes to the moon because I feel like that's where it's going. Canaan, this one is a good buy pretty much now. Yeah, it's a good buy at this price. I'll put a buy order for 7, maybe 750. But actually, it might go up because you can see how after hours it's going. It's kind of going. It's rising. It's going up now. So I'm just gonna reload this. I might have to write this down because I'm not gonna remember everything I'm saying. So essentially, yeah, Canaan. Let's look at this. Yeah, it hasn't really been at this level. So anything below 8 is actually a good price. Canaan and Mavis are really good buys at this point in time. Both will probably double in the next 6 to 12 months. Even though the stock market is going to crash, these stocks are still going to do pretty well, I think, because they are at lows, their own respective lows. I mean, to be lower is kind of crazy because this is their low. Yeah, Canaan is a really good buy. Like, I don't see it going down all the way to this because this has changed everything when it really exploded there. So it's not going back to 5, but it's a really good buy below $8. So I'm going to put an order in, maybe even at market. To be honest, it's actually a really good price. $8. Between $7 to $8 is a really good buy. And then you can sell this at 20. So that's a really good stock. I'm going to put in an order for that. Anything between 7 to 8, I think 750 is probably more realistic. So I might put an order for 750 to 8. Let's look at the last 6 months and just see, is that going to happen? 750 to 8. Let's look at the last month actually. Yeah. So it has been, it's taking a hit. it's really taking a hit. So this is a good price right now. Below 8 is really good. Yeah, anything below 8. So I probably put an order for $8. So buy order at $8 realistically, and you can sell this at 20. And this is realistic too. I'm not being, just look at that. Maybe even 40. I mean, that's a really good investment. So yeah, Canaan, definitely going to buy some of those at $8, maybe even 750. But you know what? A little FOMO there at seven, at 8. But you know, I don't know if it's going to go at 720 again. I mean, that's when crypto really took a hit, didn't it? And it's been taking hits, but it's been going up. So it's, I say, yeah, $8 and $7 to $8 is a really good buy. So that's a solid pick. I already told my number for Torchlight, and now I'm just going to finish off with MVIS and then close the video. So MVIS, the last month, MVIS below 14 is actually really good. 12 to 14. I don't want to be chasing this at the moment. Yeah, I feel like I'm chasing this at the moment, so I will put an order for MVIS maybe at 12. $12 is a really good buy for MVIS at that price point. $12. I mean, even 11, but between 10 to 12 is really good. So a buy order at $12 for MVIS is really good. I might put that in because it's going to take some time for it to get back down to that level, and then just sell it at 20. So it's a really good buy at 12 and then selling at 20. Wouldn't you say? But 10 to even 1250 is kind of realistic. But I would probably wait for the see 1250 right there. It hit that in May, and then it didn't go below that in the last since April. It hasn't, except for here where it dipped. Like it exploded in February to 23, went down to 1177, then went up, went down again to 1213, went up again, went down to 12 or 11, 1050 to be exact, 1040, went up to 26, went down to 1250. So realistically, I see it going to 10 to 13. That's still a good price, $13 for this stock. But 1250 is kind of a very conservative estimate for it to dip to. So 1250 is my price point for this. Just because of looking at all the touch points there, you can see it touched at least 4 times in the last 6 months, the 1250 price. So it most likely will touch it again. This is where I believe support is, 1250. $13 is over here, right? Where is that? 13, right around there. So you can see, yeah, it's definitely 13 is also good too. I think you're pretty much guaranteed it'll fill. If you're just patient enough, it'll fill at 13. So even 13 is a good price point as well. But I'm gonna go with 1250. I feel like 1250 will be fulfilled for this microvision there. But 13 is also a good price. You know what? 13 doesn't sound too bad, and then you sell it at 20. So maybe 13. 13 might be the way to go for microvision. 1250, 13 is realistic. So those are the price points for those three. And I got to write this down because I'm going to forget. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you very much. And good luck to you all. And God bless your investments. Apex Investor signing out.